sorry that my door is open. My dog is in here begging for his dinner 30 minutes early because he doesn't understand time. It's only 4:30, Ace. You can go back home. But I don't want to close the door with him stuck inside because then I'll want to leave. Then I'll have to get up. So the door's gonna be open. It's fine. Anyways, so as you can see by the title or the thumbnail or whatever I choose to do, remember when I made that video talking about my low buy and my rules? First rule was I wasn't allowed to buy anything for the first 3 months. I basically made it, the thing is, I ordered things online a few days earlier than the first day of April. However, that was because I was running low on mascara, it was getting real dry, and also there's a sale on something, but it wouldn't arrive here until April, so I'll count that. Ace, why are you rubbing your back on the carpet? This whole big old house, and you gotta do that here? You done? What was I saying? Anyways, so that was one rule that I don't, I still think it counts for the most part. Also, I had a rule where things had to be in a wish list for 3 months. For the most part, remember how I had those eyeliner pencils on my wish list? Well, I bought a different brand, but they're still eyeliner pencils, same color, basically thing. So like that I count. I'm so scattered right now. I just should like show you what I bought and then explain myself. So give me a second. I'm just gonna put it out here. I don't regret my purchases. So the first reason that I decided to buy things a few days early is because, funnily enough, it was on a makeup rehab subreddit that I think I saw someone mention something about a BH Cosmetics sale, and they're like, you don't need to buy this. And I was like, oh shoot. So I went to their website because, these two palettes have been on my wish list for like 2.5 months, but the thing is, I've been eyeing them for long. This one, not because it's newer, but this guy I've been eyeing ever since. Like, I knew it existed, and I was like, okay, it looks kind of cool, I guess, but when Robert Welsh did a look with this, all of a sudden I was like, oh, you're kind of cute, though. I kind of like you. Anyway, so this one was on sale. This guy wasn't, but I still bought it. And I also, pardon the dirtiness of them, I used them today, but I also bought 3 brushes from them, which really excited. They were all on sale. This one, you know how I've been talking about I wanted that really tiny crease brush? Just got it here. Really happy about this flat eyeliner brush. I know I guess it's weird. I didn't have one, and I really wanted one for the lower lash line and to like work with the upper lash line, so very happy about this. And then this guy is very dense and pointed, but I use it for my inner corner and I really like it for that. So I definitely do not regret these. I was really wanting more detail brushes to just elevate the way I could do eye looks and how versatile I could use shades. So yeah, these are definitely a good purchase. And I'm glad that I went to the website when it was on sale, because then I got these. I got all 5 of these items for $39.95. So basically $40 for 2 palettes and 3 brushes. I mean, that ain't too shabby. I don't know, man. Especially because these palettes are nice quality. Like, they're nice quality. Anyways, I feel like my brain is everywhere right now. Help. Probably because I got so little sleep. So I had a friend give me this book trilogy. It's called the Selection series, because we were talking about how dumb the Bridgerton series was, but like we still like enjoying dumb things sometimes, but like that one had some problems with it. And she mentioned, she was like, there was this book series I read that I enjoyed, and it wasn't like sketchy like that one in some moments, but it was silly but like enjoyable. And I was like, yo, I'm down, I'll read those over summer. I like to escape my life by reading silly books. So I got it yesterday, and I'm already done with the first one because I might have read the majority of it last night, and I just kept on staying up longer and longer, even though I had to get up kind of early. So maybe that's why I'm acting weird. I got like maybe 5 hours of sleep, because even after I finally went to bed, I couldn't fall asleep because I was just invested in the story and I wanted to keep reading. Lord have mercy. I'm a train wreck. Anyways, let's just start with the palette that's definitely, it's the one I've used more, but also just the one that I've been most excited about, is the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette. If you don't already know, I had the Avocado Toast palette from their brunch series, and really good quality. Would you stop crying, Ace? Anyways, very good quality. I fell in love with their formula, just their format, everything about it. I was like, yes, this is a great palette. And so that really made me fall for this more, because can we talk about, I'm gonna try to not blind you because there's this big old mirror. Can we talk about how stunning this is? Like, obviously the color story wouldn't be for everyone, but yes. It's this beautiful combination of neutrals and cool tone colors. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. If you're wondering, I am wearing combination of Fluffy, 350 Degrees, and Decadent in the crease. I have Decadent with Cheat Day on my lower lash line, as well as slightly blended up. And then I have Crumble on the lid and Sugared in my inner corners. And this, in case if you're wondering, was the palette I was wearing in my video last week. For the smoky blue eye, I had Treat and Baker's Dozen in like the crease blended together, and then I had Tempting all over the lid, absolutely stunning, and Hot and Fresh on the inner corners, and then I think I had a tiny bit of Stud Muffin along my lash line. So I've used actually the majority of the shades in this palette already. I know I said I wasn't going to buy any eyeshadows this year. I don't know how to give you an excuse, because there really isn't. It was just like, I really wanted to round out the colors in my collection, and I could have waited, but I didn't, and I don't feel bad. So, I will mention, with the things that I bought, I did not break over $80. I still think I'll be able to spend less than $80 this year. Don't worry about that. Even though half of the budget was basically this palette, these guys and the brushes. This one, I'm not as excited, but it's still something that I wanted. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about a mirror, which is nice, because they wanted to be more eco-friendly, make these easy to recycle. Really appreciate that, because honestly, I don't really use the mirrors. I do like the weight with the mirror. It feels very nice, but for $1 less, I'm fine with saving the $1 and not having a mirror, because I actually plan on eventually depotting all the eyeshadows I have. In the dream world, I have a bunch of depotted eyeshadows, so this will be much easier to recycle. Anyways, I have not used any of these shades on my eyes except for the Abby and Dreamer in a green look I did that was very cool and very unique. I also used 2 green shades from my NYX Ultimate Utopia palette. Anyways, I think this is a stunning spring and summer shade. What I really thought was interesting about this, at first I thought that I would have had some duplicates in my collection with some of the pastels. Now, I already have some pastels from ColourPop. This is their Intertrance palette, but I have 5 shades from the Lilac You Lot palette. So as you can see here, I have these 3 from the original Intertrance palette, and then these 5 from the Lilac You Lot palette, but I just really enjoyed this arrangement better. I found it more inspiring. But anyways, I was afraid that some of these shades, especially like this pink and this purple, would be too close to the ones in this palette. Okay, I swatched them. The ones on top are from ColourPop, the bottom are BH Cosmetics. I don't know how you can tell, but the ColourPop are definitely lighter and more pastel. I thought this palette was pastel, and it is, but it's this nice bridge between pastel and bright, so I feel like if you had deeper skin and you are a little bit hesitant to use pastels, because it can look very ashy or just like white, I would say the ColourPop ones, a lot of them are very pale, very white base. I didn't realize it until I looked at this, and I'm like, these are still the pastel vibe, but they have this vibrancy, also better pigmentation formula, may I add, anyways. But I think this also, if you are someone who's very pale and you're afraid of bright color, then I think this would be a very good route to go, because they are still brights, but they're also not. They're like pastel. There's this nice balance of pastel brights. So I think they definitely add something to my collection. Absolutely stunning. I love City of the Angels down here, gotta say. And also Rush Hour, Lax. I've been wanting a mint matte for a hot second, and this green. Everyone knows I love green. I'm just happy to have another green in my life. But I think this really just helps pad out the colors in my collection, because I don't want all the makeup in the world. I just want to have the colors I want and the variety without having so many duplicates, you know? It is nice to have this, because I don't have a ton of brights palettes. I'm not into like bright colors a ton, but this is like this is kind of the brights I want, where they're still pastel. I would like to add that every time I see City of the Angels, I get the Bill Withers song stuck in my head, but I'm not mad about that. Anyway, so that was the PH Cosmetics part of the haul, and the second part I bought from Ulta, but they're all Essence products, and this was because I wanted to try one of their mascaras and just some other things while I was at it, just to get $15, and also things that were on my wish list. You'll see. Anyway, I spent a total of $16.45. Starting with the main reason that I had this little Essence haul in the first place, I got the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara, the purple one. I know Jessica Lee really likes this. I've tried the green one in the past. I really liked how it looked, but it smudged. And the thing is, it's kind of the same story here, where I really like how it looks, but I find that it smudges, and I'm trying to figure out ways to make it smudge less. I'm thinking I might get a clear mascara to top it off to almost seal it in place. Because I'm wearing it today. It's fine for like the first hour, maybe 2, but it's tricky. I think eventually after like wiping away it stops smudging, but like I don't know. I just really want to find a mascara that does it all. It's not much to ask to find a perfect mascara. I'll have to wait to give you more thoughts, because I've only been using this for about a week or so. I don't know how to feel. And then these next 3 items, earlier I mentioned about the eyeliner thing. I mentioned how I was looking for pencil eyeliners in my makeup wishlist video, and one of you in the comments said you really enjoyed the Essence eyeliners, and I really like that idea, because since I've never had pencil eyeliners before, except for like a white one from Wet n Wild, one of those really long pencils, you know what I mean? Anyways, I didn't really enjoy that because it was white and I didn't know what to do with it. I could have kept it, but I'm rambling again. I feel like this video is gonna be so long because I just can't pull myself together. Anyways, so I decided that I would try these Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencils. I didn't realize they were waterproof until now. That's fine. It makes sense for a waterline pencil. I am wearing 2 of them today. The 2 I've worn most. I actually sharpened this one, so it's shorter. I sharpened that one today. So I've used it quite a bit of times. I just have to let like the black one or the dark one on top dry enough so that it doesn't smudge onto the lower lash line when I do this one. Anyways, I'm not sure how I feel just because it's new to me. Let me know what you think. I have this guy on the lower lash line, this one on the upper, and then a tiny bit as like a very thin line above my lashes to kind of connect the gap. I think I've used this brown one once, maybe twice. Actually, it looks like I've used it definitely more than once. I don't know. But I think I will be glad I bought these, just because I've been kind of wanting to use eyeliners. So yeah, it's nice to have 3 staple shades. Enjoying the formulas. I'm still playing around with them, of course, because I'm not super experienced with eyeliners, and also I've only had these for a couple of weeks. The last thing I got from my Essence order was this contouring duo palette in the shade Lighter Skin. They make one deeper one. I think they should make darker ones, but this is in my budget. I am using a bunch of eyeshadows and frankening them into like contouring powders as well as a bronzer. However, I knew once I'd be done with that, I wouldn't have anything Ace, you can, 10 more minutes. Baby, give me time. 10 more, I promise. My gosh, he's so dramatic. Anyways, so I got this contouring powder. I really like how there's a dark and a light. I'm actually wearing it today for the second time I've used it. I seem to enjoy it. It's a nice neutral. It's not super cool or super warm, which I really appreciate. I tap my brush into both sides just because this one seems a bit too dark and this one is barely darker than my skin tone, but I like how I can customize the shade and how intense I want to go. But I think this will definitely be nice to have once I finish all my Frankens this year. Then I'll just have one thing to reach into. Yeah, it definitely was something I could have waited to buy. I might as well buy it now. It's not going to expire that fast. It's a powder product. So, got this, I think it was about $6. Hopefully, I like it in the long run. But, so that is all of the makeup that I bought. I did have one more haul from Ulta, but that was for skincare. These aren't in my makeup budget. I just thought I'd mention that because I also did buy this Ulta pencil sharpener because I had 2 sharpeners for my makeup. 2 separate ones, one at each house, because I used to live at 2 houses, if you didn't know. Where did they go? I have no idea where they went. I lost both of them. Or I got rid of one thinking I will use the other one, and then the other one vanished. I don't know. But now that I have not only 1 pencil for my lips, but also 3 eye pencils, I was like, I really can't get away with using that pencil sharpener I use for actual pencils. This just can't be sanitary. So I just got this. It was like $2. I'm not counting this in my makeup budget. I just don't, because I counted the brushes. I don't know why the pencil sharpener, I'm like, is this really, it's a makeup tool, I guess, but I don't know. I just, in my mind, it doesn't count. So I didn't. It was only like $2 anyway, but I thought I'd mention that because I wasn't, would you consider this a part of my makeup budget if I count brushes? Let me know. So, in summary, I broke probably half my, actually, let me get where I wrote down my rules. Alright, so I'm looking at the rules that I made at the beginning of the year. Let's see. Replacement priority, I mean, kinda. Got mascara. It was almost 3 months for all of these things. Like the palettes, I think I added a week after I made that wishlist video. The biggest thing that I actually broke was the fact that I bought eyeshadows. Oh my gosh. This whole thing, I am so sorry that this video is just so much chaotic energy. But in total, I spent $56.40 when considering the 2 makeup hauls, and considering I have an $80 budget, that means I have around like $23.60 to spend. But I think it's doable because I bought the things that I was wanting, like eyeliners. I just wanted to try eyeliners. The eyeshadow palettes, I have not cared about a single eyeshadow palette except for those in a long time, except for all of the Sydney Grace singles. I'll make a video about that in the future because I'm a little conflicted. There's a lot that I want. So with the like 20 bucks I have left, the only thing I'll see myself buying in the future is maybe a few things from e.l.f. One of them might be a clear mascara. Let me know if you've used the e.l.f. clear mascara. Does it like prevent smudging by any chance? That'd be great to know because I like don't know. I want to use it as mascara, but I don't want to buy another mascara that's expensive just to top it on top. And I don't know of a mascara that doesn't smudge or flake on me except for the Wet n Wild Mega Length. I haven't used it in ages, but back when I had the Everlast Princess, I topped it off with a Wet n Wild Mega Length because I knew that one wouldn't smudge on me. It wasn't that great as a mascara, it's just like meh, but it was a nice thing to seal on top. I don't buy from Wet n Wild anymore, and I don't know. Oh my gosh, 2 more minutes. I think I also might buy a foundation from e.l.f. But the only other things that I'll want to replace is probably a mascara and a concealer, and I think I'll be able to make it within $80. I think it's possible, because I buy drugstore. But yeah, so I'm not worried about the budget part. I'm honestly just really happy. Also, one of the updates, if you notice, I'm wearing the eyeshadow today as well as last week, instead of wearing things that I'm panning, and I've made it a new, I guess, not a rule, but just something I'm gonna do where I'm gonna play with the eyeshadow that I'm not panning on the days that I film so that I just can have fun. Because I found myself getting kind of tired of the things I was panning, but also I was just really neglecting the rest of my collection. So I'm really excited to have basically 4 times a month where I just get to play with color, play with like all my newer shadows or just the shadows that I've been neglecting. So like on the other days where I'm at school or something, it's fine if I'm panning things, I don't care as much, but it's nice to have the weekend where I film and I create something fun and just get to play without worrying about panning. So I'm very happy about the palette. When I got the palettes, it kind of hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, that's totally a practical thing. Like I'm not neglecting my panning things that much by doing it just 4 times a month. So yeah, that is something. So hopefully I'll have more interesting looks in my videos in the future. But anyways, I'm so sorry. This video was just so... I hope that you enjoyed it anyways. Thank you so much for watching and keeping up with my update and being invested, I guess, in my low buy. I hope you're not too disappointed in me. I'm not disappointed in myself. So I don't know what that says. It's more about the budget for me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye!